to be at a dock for a hurricane, it's a totally different preparation than if you're there for overnight or for a weekend or for a day. Your normal ropes are pretty much all you need. The boat had come with 2 fenders, and that's what I had, 2 fenders. So I was able to I had my son brought my car over from the causeway over to the marina, because I told him I was gonna take the stuff out of the boat. I was gonna stay at my daughter's during the hurricane, and it was looking like it was gonna be a really, bad hurricane. At one point, they're talking about 14-foot. The water level going up like 14 feet. Well, my boat would be gone, At that seawall I was at, there was 6 inches at high tide between the water and the top of the seawall, and I was 2 feet from it. So I pretty much unloaded the boat of my clothes and just my car was packed. My car was absolutely packed that I took out of the boat. My brother told me, he said, only leave what you don't want, because, you have to expect that you might come back and there'd be nothing there. So my car was packed, and my son came to help me tie up the boat. And, I looked around at there's some big boats in there, and, they're all tied up nice, and all across the back swim platforms, they had, bump fenders all the way around, to protect the boat from the seawall. And here I am with 2 fenders, and, spring lines, going from the middle of the boat to the back and the middle of the boat to the front. I mean, you got way more lines than if you're just normally gonna dock. And all I had was the 4 lines. I had 2 8-foot ropes, that I use like for the dinghy. But I had the 2 ski ropes that I cut the handles off of and made, step for the ladder. So they're like 60 feet long. So my son's looking at me and I'm looking at him like, how are we gonna do this? So I tripled up the ski ropes, because they're not thick ropes like you'd normally use. They're not 5/8 inch thick. They're just skinny, but I tripled them up, and we tied them for spring lines from the front to the middle to the back on each side. And these people probably thought I was a crazy lady, but you make do with what you got. I was concerned about my boat. So across the back, I didn't have fenders. I didn't plan on being at a dock. I was going to tow it out on the trailer. So I said, okay. I had a ton of life jackets, those orange life jackets. So I folded them in half, and I tied them together, folded in half, and I strung them across the back of the boat. And I'm like, well, that's better than nothing, At least there's some protection for the back of the boat. But I'm sure it looked like I was the crazy lady from Alcatraz here. But anyway, we got the boat all tied up, got my stuff off the boat, and I went and stayed at all of my daughter's. But when I came in, I went and they had me come in the office. And, I'm thinking, oh God, $65 a night, and this hurricane, they kept stalling it. And here I was, Saturday, I was there, and they had said $65 a night, and I had, like 3 nights worth. I went into the office. The lady was so nice, and the manager says, we have a deal for you. I says, you do? And she says, you can stay here until Thursday for $100. Oh, I could not believe it. You know, I just thank them so much because, you know, the hurricane, it just, you didn't know when it was coming. They kept changing it every day, you know, and I think it was finally Tuesday and Wednesday were the bad days, and I had Thursday to bring my stuff back and get out of there, you know. So I was very thankful, and I highly recommend this marina because they really went out of their way. And after the hurricane, I got my stuff back on the boat and getting ready to leave, and darn engine did the same thing. It just wouldn't start. It did the same thing it did when it stalled. It would not start up. It turned over, but it would not start. And I'm like, oh God, you know. And this marina, they don't work on Mercury's. It's a Yamaha dealer. They didn't want to touch it, you know. They didn't want nothing to do with it. So he gave me some numbers of, you know, like mobile mechanics that would come out. And, you know, some of them were like old numbers and they don't do it anymore. A couple were too busy. I called around to different marinas. It seems like there's more Yamaha dealers here, around here, than anything else. I called the Mercury dealer. He's too busy. So I couldn't find anybody at all. I was on the phone all day trying to get somebody to come, and just, didn't think it was a big issue, you know. I thought it was something simple, and I couldn't find anybody. I'm like, okay, it's getting to be 4 o'clock, and I need to get out of here. So I had to call the towboat. And I didn't want to, but I had him tell me back here to the causeway to anchor out. So he told me back here and anchored out. And here I sit. Boat still won't start. I tried, you know, calling different people. I said, I'll even bring you out in the dinghy, you know, to just see what's wrong with it, you know. I don't think it's a big issue. And everybody's busy. One guy says a 1990. I'm not working on no 1990 engine. And I said, okay, fine, yeah, goodbye. So since the hurricane, I have not had an engine working. I've been, you know, hunting and talking to people in the groups I'm in, and they're giving me, you know, a couple ideas, and I'm checking them out and, you know, trying to see if I can find what the problem is. One guy said it sounded like a kill switch was on, and one guy said it was a throttle. One guy says it might be the starter. So, you know, I got some kind of issue here, but I haven't been able to find it. So that's why I'm stuck here since the hurricane. And the big problem is the motor part, the stern drive that's in the water. It's getting full of barnacles, absolutely chock full of barnacles from sitting here. And see, during the summer, I went around this boat every single week because it's shallow here at low tide. I can walk around the boat, and I would scrub the boat, and I scrubbed the outside motor and the trim tabs, you know, and kept them clean. But since September in here, it's shark season and jellyfish. And, you know, I've been catching 4 or 5 sharks a week in here on my fishing pole. And every time I throw a cast out, it's full of jellyfish. So, no, I'm not getting in the water. But the motor is getting absolutely full of barnacles. It's got green grass growing on the bottom. It's full of barnacles. The prop's got barnacles in it. And, you know, that is not good. And I just don't know what I'm going to do at this point. I have something coming up that might work out, but gonna say until I know for sure if this is gonna work out. But it's been a big concern to me because I don't want to wreck the engine, you know. Even though it went only 5 miles an hour, that wasn't a big issue to fix. It needed a tune-up, you know. So we'll see what happens, and if what I'm hoping happens in the next couple of weeks, I'll let you know. But for now, I'm here and working on, you know, getting the batteries so that they don't die. And I am concerned about the motor in the water because I can't get in the water right now with the sharks. They're all over. They're all over in here. I looked up in September and October are the shark months for Florida. And these are little bull sharks, you know, but they've been seen in here. The ones I caught, you know, 3.5 foot. Somebody saw 6 foot over by the bridge. Bull nose, you know, and blacktail. And I looked up bull nose, and it says that that's the number 2 shark. I was surprised. The number 2 shark for attacking unprovoked. So I'm like, oh great, you know. No, I'm not getting in the water. So not until the sharks are going out of here. I didn't see any sharks all summer long. I was in and out of this water. I walked from the boat to the shore, you know, and but right now I'm not getting in there between the sharks and the jellyfish. So I'll let you know what happens, you know, but this is where I'm at as far as the motor just kind of just stalled out and didn't want to start. So I'm trying to find a solution. Okay, I'm going to bed. See you tomorrow.